My 32M best friend 34M helped a woman 24F cheat on the father of her child 1F. Important announcement. Before we begin with today's stories, I have some bad news. Sadly, I have to inform you that this channel has been demonetized because of sexual content. Because of production costs, I'm going to stop posting videos on this channel in a few days. If you enjoyed my content, I have a second channel where I'll continue posting daily videos. Highly recommend checking it out. Link to my new channel is in the description. Thank you for your support so far and the support you're providing to the community in the comments. Without further ado, enjoy the video. Pretty much the title. My best friend of the last decade helped a girl cheat on the father of her 1-year-old daughter, and I'm having difficulty reconciling the person I knew with the person he's being. For the last decade I thought we were on the same page morally, ethically, etc., and he knows how much I hate cheating and associated actions. My own family was torn apart by cheating when my parents divorced. And yet here we are. He helped this girl cheat and is refusing to take any responsibility for his actions. Makes excuses at every turn. Best part is he rents a room from me in my condo. While I don't want to be a complete a-shole and kick him out, I don't necessarily want to be around him anymore. Honestly, I have to have a buzz from alcohol before I can even tolerate his presence. I know it's probably overkill, but that's how much I hate cheating and how much I can't stand the people that participate in cheating. I don't know if the friendship is able to be salvaged, and I don't know if I want to salvage anything. Edit. Wow, okay, so my update post blew up and the comments ended up here. I tried to keep things somewhat vague as I'd if my former roommate or the girl used Reddit. But, screw it. To answer some of the questions, yes, he pursued this girl while she was still in the relationship. Yes, I was involved because he brought the situation into my home before she split from the child's father. This was after I had made it clear that my home was not to be used for their affair. And lastly, this guy and I were basically brothers. We'd been friends for the last 10 years and roommates for the last 5. We were pretty entwined in each other's lives, and the whole situation sucked by the end. Redditors reactions update after. Redditor 1. Cut him off. This is the type of person that has no problem hitting on married people and sees cheating as okay. He's going to hitting on your GF wife. Also, those who knowingly help in cheating need to face social consequences. Redditor 2. If you are married or in any kind of relationship, you should drop him like a hot acid. Redditor 3. You seem so far removed from the actual situation that it shouldn't be as much of your problem as you're making it. That being said, it's the people you choose to be around in your home, so as long as you're legally in the right, move on. Maybe you can rekindle your friendship when your values align more. Redditor follow up. It's his right to feel however he wants. You can't judge him for hating his cheater friend. And BTW, he doesn't have to rekindle friendship with a person of low moral value. Update. My 32 meters best friend 34 meters helped a woman 24F cheat on the father of her child 1F. Update. So I know not many people read the original post, but I figured I'd give an update anyway. After trying to talk to my friend through October and the beginning of November, I finally threw in the towel when he started being a DCK on the first anniversary of my father's death. I kicked him out of my place and have had zero contact since. While it hurt to cut off a friendship that had lasted as long as ours did, ultimately I think it's for the best. It's been 26 days since my last drink and I'm feeling more confident every day. I've discovered other friends that have been quietly supporting me and realized they were better friends than my now former roommate. Redditor's reactions story 2 after. Redditor 1. It's amazing how much more clearly we see things when we don't have someone clouding our vision. In your case, you held your loyalty to your best friend above all, and then you were crushed to find out he's not who you thought he was. I'm sure if you reflect on your relationship with him, you'll see other things you let slide that you probably shouldn't have. The cheating thing was your proverbial line in the sand. Chalk it up to experience. It wasn't all bad. The relationship served you for that time, in the way you needed. It wasn't a failure. Keep moving forward, and finding new friends. You'll be amazed at how many good people are in the world that you haven't even met yet. Redditor 2. I'm in a similar process of trying to kick out a roommate old friend that I have basically outgrown. She is so angry, all the time, and my home needs to be my sanctuary. She's made it so unbelievably toxic. She's pissed that I stopped smoking WED, and that I have been working towards education and getting a better job. A real friend would be happy for me to have goals. I'm sure it sucks, and I'm sorry that it's happening to you. But it's good to get people with so little morals that he would help someone cheat out of your life. Here's to the next chapter of yours. Redditor follow up. Yeah, same, I've got a best mate and I'm fine with him most of the time, but I was giving him free meals, food, someone to hang out with. He has no TV, PC, or entertainment apart from his phone, which is just fucked, and I'm a drug user but trying to clean myself up, and he's doing the opposite and has been iving heroin. And about 6 months later I started noticing I had pills missing. I take benzos and opioids for medical reasons, and even my WED just didn't seem right, and eventually connected the dots and realized he's just been going through my drawers and acid to steal my meds. Whilst I'm asleep. Forgave him like 10 times, now I just don't ever have him over anymore, and he's not happy about that. Just don't bite the hand that feeds you. Redditor 3, you know you did the right thing. Curious to how much notice you gave him to leave? I'm sure he acted like an ass the entire time. Story 2. I 22M caught my girlfriend 20F practically s-ing and talking to a guy. Not sure what to do. Something had felt off in our relationship recently. She seemed more distracted, distant, and overall less physical. She always blamed it on life stress and claimed when things got tough, she always just pushed everyone away. Found a conversation by a random guy on Snapchat, and since Snapchat deletes things after 24 hours, I only saw him texting her things like, "Hey nerd, just wanted to know I was thinking about you. Hope you're having a good weekend." She was with me and her flirting back like, "Hey nerd, you too. Be safe." I decided to let it sit and not bring it up to see if I was just overreacting and they were just good friends. Whatever. Last night, I caught a conversation with very sexually suggestive comments. He was calling her things like shorty and go to bed pretty girl, and she was saying stuff like make me go to bed. I confronted her about it and she insisted they were just close friends. Apparently they met online about the same time we met online, but we live 1 hour 30 minutes away. As the convo continued, she admitted to having feelings for the guy, but she chose me. Clearly she hadn't stopped with the other guy though. To my knowledge, they never met up and did anything. She was crying and begging for me to stay. She insisted it was nothing and that she loves me and can't live without me. We've had conversations about setting boundaries and cheating in the past. I feel hurt. My trust has taken a huge hit over this. Am I overreacting? Or is this something to end things over? She's going back to in-person classes this semester, and if I can't even trust her with some random dude, what will happen when she starts going out and meeting new guys again? Redditor's reactions. Redditor 1, just walk away from this mess. She's not mature enough for a relationship and is seeking external validation through anyone else that will provide her attention. She'll probably grow out of this, but who knows when. Once the well's been poisoned, the relationship never really goes back to what it was. Sometimes they get better after something like this. Boundaries are clear, the person wakes up inside and realizes they need to full commit. But something tells me she's not ready for that. Op answer, it's confusing because I know for a fact she hardly goes out. She's with me most of the time when I'm not working, but it makes me wonder how long this would have gone on if I hadn't confronted her. It makes the emotional bond we have seem less special, even if she is technically spending a lot of her time physically with me. Redditor 2, this is going to sound so harsh, but I would just leave. You don't have her heart, she chose you, but you'll never know if it was her decision or because the other guy just lived farther away. From the sound of it, she's definitely hanging on to something with the other guy, and you don't want to be in that position. She's lost your trust and frankly doesn't deserve it. Op answer, that's another good point. I think she even said I realized it wouldn't work with him because he lives too far away before she said that she chose me. Damn. Redditor 3, not overreacting, this is clearly emotional cheating. Personally I say dip, but if you are okay with this happening again and again, stay. Redditor follow up, it will never be the only time. All relationships get dull at some point. These people will look again for that excitement. Next time they will be using other option to communicate, just not to get caught again. Redditor 4, I'm so sorry this happened to you and that you're experiencing so much pain from it. It's hard to know if things would have continued progressing between your girlfriend and this guy, or if her conscience would have caught up to her, but either way, what she's done is wrong. It's entirely up to you if you want to give her another chance, but this experience doesn't speak well of her. I do believe there are instances where things in relationships can become very complicated. Not that cheating should ever be condoned, and this is definitely flirting, which is on the lighter side of cheating, but there are situations in which it's more understandable. This doesn't sound like one of those. You're not married, you don't live together. I get the impression this relationship isn't years and years long, so there aren't really things tying you two together that would make it hard for her to leave if she was unhappy. People do make mistakes, and she may feel genuine remorse. Do you feel like she's a good person who did a bad thing but will learn and not repeat this? Do you see a future with her? You're still so young that you've got lots of prime years ahead of you to meet people and date and fall in love, so you shouldn't feel trapped. But there's a lot of advice here suggesting to automatically just drop her, and I don't think the world is black and white. She was most definitely flirting, and that's a breach of trust, but if she's truly remorseful and you have deep feelings for her, trust can be rebuilt.